Hey guys, it's me, the unpopular patriot here, queen, whatever you want to call me. I really want to thank you first and foremost for being patient with me. I was diagnosed with pneumonia and it took me a really long time to recover. And I don't even really feel like my voice is 100% back, but I felt like it's been a really long time since I published something. So I just want to go ahead and do that right now. Well, I want to talk to you about the rise of conservatives like Kathy Zal and to some extent Candace Owens and some of these other people. And I'm not sitting here and telling you oh, don't follow any one of those ladies, but I just want to bring up a really important issue that I think it needs to be discussed, and I think it's just better to talk about it with you guys via video rather than me just type in 20,000 threads on Twitter. So first and foremost, I just want to just really break something down like a simple concept first, and then I just want to expand upon this the larger issue about who should you follow and who not, because I've had people message me and say, oh well, should I who should I follow and who shouldn't follow. But I think you just need to understand something first. So first and foremost, I don't care if you do Turning Point USA, PragerU, Fox, I don't care one of those outlets. First and foremost, you have to realize something, and is that it's a business. First and foremost, it's a business. When you see somebody elevated, they got the green light from somebody, some producer, somebody, and they say, well, okay, this person is media friendly. This person is easy on the eyes. They can talk well. They're articulate. They look presentable on the camera. Okay. Because they're not going to throw up just anybody, okay? And I think a lot of people really understand it. First and foremost, they're not necessarily thinking about who is the person who is the most educated, the person that's most informed. They're just looking for the most camera-ready person. You got that? It's a business. This media personality, even though it's for a political purposes, it's still a media personality. So that's first and foremost. So when you see people that are elevated and they're camera ready and they're looking good, now it is in the business's best interest to promote their media personalities. And so when you're seeing somebody just launch from overnight and they're making the news circus and they're smiling, and you want to follow them because you're interested, right? But then when you hear them talk, and I'm just specifically talking about the conservative news circuit, not talking about any of the other ones. When you first start seeing them, it almost feels like pandering, because they're constantly owning the libs, or you're hearing them talk about the record high economy, great GDP, low black unemployment rate. You hear all those buzzwords over and over, MAGA, 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 right? And then you want to ask them so are you a constitutionalist? What you're feeling on due process? What you're feeling on red flag law? When you try to dig deep, they're not going to go there. They're just going to be MAGA, 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 screaming. And then so you have to understand, a lot of these folks, a lot of these cats are real shallow house. And what I found very disturbing is, because they've got this large social platform, some of y'all will fight for the tooth to protect these people, and they don't even have nothing to really stand on, because they don't believe anything. They're just media personalities. So I just want to sit here and talk to you about that, because a lot of people come to me well, should I follow this person? And who should I not follow this person? I'm just thinking to myself, you should just think, are you really, if you like them owning the libs, if you like them being sensational, then by all means go for it, knock yourself out. But if you're looking for something more substantial, I doubt they're going to be elevated by the press or the media. I sincerely doubt it. I just honestly don't think that people who are really people of substance, people who are really A game on their understanding of conservatism would ever be lifted. No. The reason why is because, like I said earlier to you, they're not really media camera friendly. They're not really attractive. They may be a little awkward. They may be slow in their speech. They're not very fun and excited as those media personalities. So that's why you probably won't see them, because the people that the media wants are the people who are easy on the eyes. And people who are easy on the eyes and they can talk fast and they're confident, those are the ones that get the clicks. I want to just explain that one issue, because I've been getting that a lot. And then I also, while I got you here, I want to talk to you about people talking about MAGA is like blinding them from the conservatism. And that's a darn good point to talk about. A lot of people confuse being supportive of Trump and conservatism as one of the same. It's not, folks. It's not. Now, I support Trump, but I'll tell you flat out, Trump ain't no conservative. If you think Trump is a conservative just because he's GOP, you really need to examine what conservatism means to you. Since Trump has taken office, he has taken the GOP wildly to the left. Wildly to the left. His First Step Act, decriminalizing sentences, his non-military stance, like avoiding conflict, like those are not your typical neocon behavior, okay? He is not a conservative. Yes, he protects, he's for pro-life, right? But he's fuzzy on Second Amendment with the red flag laws issue. So there's a lot of things where I'm like, yo, like, I support Trump, and I just wonder. And so I think it's just really important that you can support Trump, right? You can support Trump if you want, but don't be a fool and say he's conservative, because that's not necessarily the case. Issue of owning libs. Now, there's two flavors of it, okay? I just want to break down two flavors of owning the libs. There's one flavor of owning the libs where you directly go on some prominent libs website, like now they're trying to own, what's that chick's name? Deborah Messing. Oh my gosh, my memory. Deborah Messing. You respond to something they say that's anti-Trump, and then you'll get a lot of people like yeah, or you'll go and argue back and forth, and I'm just thinking to myself, that's a waste of time, y'all. For real. Owning the libs. Because look, I told people this on Twitter earlier. I said, look, you're not going to convince people towards conservatism through insults, through bickering online. You're getting people towards conservatives because they believe it's in their best interest. Like, I have never seen anyone converted towards conservatism after they've been owned properly. It's like, well, he owned my ass, let me go home and vote GOP. Like, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. I don't know why people keep on thinking owning the libs, find on Twitter, find with these ideologues is going to get people to vote towards conservatism. It just doesn't happen that way. But if you want to do it that way, if you think that works, like, go ahead. I can't stop nobody from what they're doing. If you want to do that, go ahead, do that. I just personally don't think it's a productive use of your time. And then here's the second thing that I want to talk about with kind of converting people on it's a different flavor of owning the libs too, is telling people to get off the Democratic plantation. And I don't even get into all that mess with people, because the notion is, well, the Democrat, the party of the KKK, the party of all this racism, we're going to be abolitionists. It's crazy. Using that slave language, and we're going to extract them from the Democrat plantation. And like, here's the thing. I was once a Democrat. I voted for a Democrat many years. If you told me I have a slave mentality and I need to get off that plantation, I would feel insulted, because in my mind I'm thinking to myself, like, I vote Democrat for a reason. I may not be right in my reasons, but I still believe that. You're basically insulting my intelligence as a human being because I don't align with how you align. And I had this debate with somebody online when they're like, are you telling me like I should vote this way? And I'm like, and this was a liberal speaking to me, and I was like, I don't care who you vote for. I don't care who you vote for. You can vote for whoever you want to vote, because it don't matter to me. Like, seriously, if we try to be authoritarian as conservatives and say, well, you are a dummy, you a fool, you stupid, or we're going to limit your opportunities in the job, like, or the church or whatever, then we're no different than the authoritarian left. We're no different. So I'm not going to sit here and go through that with people. When you're trying to convince somebody to be conservative, you have to lead by example. And I tell people that all the time. Like, for example, you conservatives, right? You say that you want the government to be fiscally responsible. You want to balance our budget, right? You don't want anybody in debt anymore, right? We got $22 trillion what in US? How about you start managing your own budget? Okay? Why don't you start managing your own books before you start asking for Uncle Sam to start managing? You have to lead by example and show that you know what conservatism is in your own life. Start applying conservatism in your own life. Let people see the fruit of your works. And if they're interested, you can start talking to them about what conservatism means to you, providing them literature and resources. But don't be a hypocrite. Don't be insulting people. Learn about conservatism in your life before you spread it. Well, that's me, Queen, the unpopular patriot here. I'm going to be bringing out more videos, but I just wanted to tell you guys what was on my mind. Well, stay safe and have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.